All right. Are you guys still with me?
Yep, go ahead.
Yes.
Perfect. Thanks again for joining. It's a lovely day here in San Francisco, and sounds like LA is doing great as well in terms of the weather.
Yeah.
Very nice here, yeah.
Good. Great. Well, you guys are going to be in town this weekend, and Saturday there's going to be a screening for Echo in the Canyon, which is the new documentary, and it's going to be featuring music from very iconic bands such as the Byrds, the Mamas and the Papas, Buffalo Springfield. Do you guys want to, one of you can tell me kind of how the project got started and why you guys are excited to be here in San Francisco?
Andy, maybe you want to take that, huh?
Well, the San Francisco Film Festival is, it's been around a long time and a very prestigious festival, and we were very excited to have the film invited. The genesis for the project really was seeing another film that inspired an idea about going back and exploring a bunch of songs that were originally part of California's age of innocence in terms of rock music, and that was the music from 65 to 67, where people came here and folk music got electrified, and the Byrds had a hit, and that brought everyone to California in search of being in a band, maybe like the Beatles, multiple singers and multiple songwriters, and where they resided in Laurel Canyon. So as we looked at this music, that was the beginning of life in Southern California, rock music and life in Southern California. It led us to these songs, which led us to the bands, which led us to the stories behind the songs.
Absolutely.
To make the film.
That's amazing. And how were you able to get other artists kind of from the 90s, Beck, Fiona Apple, Nora Jones, just to name a few?
How were we able to get them? Well, they're friends of either Andy's or mine, and they all have a connection to the California music that we're playing in the film. And I suppose there could have been other people as well, but we kept it with those are friends of ours, and that seemed a good place to start because it seems very organic, to be around those people, and knowing them, we both knew that they especially Beck, I know him fairly well, to know that he knows that music very well, and and they have a great sense of California, all of them.
This is true.
They all lived there at one time, some of them live there now. So it's another generation of artists, paying homage to the people that, created the first wave of music in California in 65.
Absolutely. And would you say that this music is going to be inspiring generations to come? So people who haven't been born.
I think undoubtedly. I think for sure. There's no question. And I think because it's based in traditional great songwriting, I think styles of music will always come and go, but that music will always be available to new generations. But there won't be any difficulty for young people to discover those songs. And hopefully maybe we'll turn some people on along the way that are younger. Already we've heard great responses from people, who were there or who already recognize the music, but there's no doubt that these songs they won't have a problem singing along. They don't need our help. I don't think. I think that's not that's not why we did it, of course. But those songs will persist always. I don't think that's an issue.
Yeah, absolutely. And what would you want people to take away from seeing the film? What would be the overarching theme that you would want them to carry along?
Andy, what do you think about that?
I think that, for one, just that a little bit of the history of what happened in Southern California, and the idea that the echo of creativity that existed between these people at this time which exists in every pocket of artists, whether it's music or film or art. The one thing that you see from all of these people is that they came together in these groups and collaborated with their own ideas within those groups, because there were multiple singers and multiple songwriters, and then they collaborated with each other. Mm-hmm. And the echo of all of that has sort of transcended time, and you can see that in the work of Jakob or Beck or Fiona, some of this music, the Beach Boys music, some of the Byrds music. And hopefully that people will just be inspired and feel good about music that, elicits that kind of response. I mean, so much of what's going on today, I feel like, is shrouded in a lot of just general negativity, just to the state of, our affairs. And right. I feel like it's nice to have that feeling of innocence again. And hopefully some people will be nostalgic, and some people will just be happy that they got to see a piece of the past. And
yes, that will definitely be me. And Jakob, it sounds like you're going to be doing a performance after the screening. Are you allowed to give us any hints as to what to expect?
Well, we're gonna be up there with have you seen the movie? I'm imagining not yet, right?
Not yet, no.
Right?
I'm excited to see it.
Well, well, that's great. I mean, there's a lot of interviews, and there's also it's cut with a live concert that we did to accompany these songs. We in the movie we performed some of these songs that you hear in the film, and you see people successing. We also perform them. So we're going to come up with that band. You have Andy, remember calling them Echo and the Canyon Band? I'm not sure. We're going to play. I think we'll do a Q&A. We'll answer some questions, and then we're going to have a good time and play some of the songs from the film.
Nice. That's going to be amazing.
I hope so. Should be.
And what would you say is the biggest highlight for you guys personally, making the film?
I think making the film is the highlight, right? I mean, it's
I agree. So we got to the finish line,
right?
Yeah, and I think there was a time where that was the goal, but it was a lot of work. But the response that we've been having, that's you can't say it's a surprise. It's that's the reward. To know that other people are responding to it and enjoying it for the purpose we put into it, I think we're already getting that. I think the reward is seeing the people after the screenings and the way they're reacting. I think that's quite a bit to us.
Jakob and I love these people who are in the film. Like he said, a lot of them were our friends and people we admired, their work. We were lucky enough to have them. Stephen Stills came and played with the Wallflowers, back in the 90s, and he's such an immense talent of the things that he wrote. So to be able to sort of build a narrative story about the beginnings of this movement, and then make something that not only the people who participated in it support, but people like the San Francisco Film Festival acknowledge, is in and of itself, just something amazing. I mean, we tried to make something, and we did it for the reasons because we love the music and we love the people, and the fact that it's being recognized is in and of itself just a great feeling.
Definitely. Well, thanks so much for your time today, and I'm really excited to see the special screening here in San Francisco at the Castro Theater on Saturday evening. Maybe see you guys there.
All right, that'd be great. Well, you'll see us there. All right, thank you.
All right, have a great day. Take care.
All right, you too.